of cases filed in court wherein ang kasuhan na absuelto because siling sang court hindi sing detail kayo nga pag required. That's why nga ang hindi clear sang deklarant kaging kasuhan sila, wala man sila mapamatulaan kati why man kin require, no? And so because of that, the commission decided to come up with the 2011 form. And in fact, last year, na-implement na tanin but before the deadline, 2 months before the deadline, there were many who requested for deferment kag ipa-review sa commission katungod may mga issues or concerns sila nga gina-clarify sa commission. More particularly, kaya sa 2011 yung form, nag-require some sources of income, the amount of income, and the family and personal expenses, including taxes paid and other information na napagkit dito sa RA 3019 or the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. Kasi nila, ang provisions ng RA 6713 nagkuha na nag-amend na sinang provision. So what the commission did is to suspend the use of the 2011 SALN form and form again a technical working group. And so after a thorough discussion by the technical working group composed of several agencies like House of Congress, House of Senate, House of Representatives, Civil Service, COA, DBM, Department of Finance, and including mga employees association like CIU and PGIA. So muna siyang nag-resolba sila nga mag-issue again isang bagong form. So we have now the revised SALN form to be used for the 2012 Statement of Assets, Liabilities, and Net Worth.
Ano bala sir ang scope sining SALN? Sino bala ang dapat sining mag-file?
Okay. So under the Constitution, all officials and employees, but under the law, 6713 may mga exceptions kita, ang mga nag-serve as under honorary capacity, temporary laborers, as well as casual employees. They are exempted from the filing of the Statement of Assets, Liabilities, and Net Worth.
With that, sir, ano ba na ang mga rules sa pag-accomplish sining revised SALN form? Are there any changes, sir, sa pag-fill out kumpara naton sa previous nga forms ng SALN?
Actually, damo sang changes because ang mga issues or concerns na brought up nila questioning the form in revised forms ng 2011 nasabat na. So, in fact, ang gina-require sa itong siling kukain na sources, amount and sources of income na requires 39 sa Republic Act 3019, and that includes also the personal and family expenses as well as taxes paid. Kindula na to, So, kindula na. So, ang bagong form niya tawag nato is a user-friendly, or declarant-friendly, kay dali lang gay ini-filapan. Especially nga sa una, sa more particular sa real property, ang question about how to determine the assessed value and the market value. Pero sumungya, siling isang guideline, nati ang market value kag assessed value ma-determine na sa latest na tax declaration sa isa ka daw.
Okay, so sir, sino naman bala ang pwede na mag-administer sa tiwan na mag-file na sang SALN ng isa ka opisyal o empleyado sa gobyerno?
Actually, ang under the law, damo sang authorized, more particularly the head of office, kag kung sino man ang i-authorize niya nga mag-administer sila, but it should be in writing. As well as mga notaries public. But under RA 6337, may ara nga mga authorized nga mga tao na pwede mag-administer sang oath. And these people are, of course, mga heads of offices ng Gabon, public officials like the President of the Philippines, the Vice President, the President of the Senate, the Chairman of the House, and then ang mga regional directors sa Judiciary, ang Supreme Court Chief Justice, and other heads of offices. Pero we remember under the new guideline that even heads of offices is being defined as those head of the office or even head of the regional offices. No? So pwede nga ang let's say sa Civil Service Commission, the head of the agency may refer to the chairman, as well as the regional directors of the Civil Service Commission. In the same vein, sa mga agencies, ang ilang mga sekretary mo na siyang head of the agency, but in the regional level, pwede man ang regional directors ang mga head of the agencies.
Okay. How about, sir, kung ang isa ka-empleyado sa gobyerno or public official, hindi maka-file sa iya nga SALN o kung may misrepresentation, ano ba na, sir, ang mga penalties sa amot sini?
Okay, so with regards failure to file SALN, as well as may misdeclarations, may mga specific penalties. But going back to the policies or guidelines, sa agencies, no, may ara kitang ginatawagan na Review and Compliance Committee, wherein amo ni siya ang magadetermine kung sino bala ang naka-file on time, naka-file, wala naka-file on time, kag wala nakasubmit sang SALN when required to fill up the SALN completely. So they have the responsibility to submit the list, no, to the regional or to the head of the office, and the head of office have that period, no, within 5 days to, upon receipt of the list, to require those who fail to file the SALN or those who were identified by the Review and Compliance Committee to completely fill up the form. Kasi may mga kulang, kahit ang unang responsibilities ng Review and Compliance Committee. And failure on the part of the employee to comply the requirement, no, na requirements ng head of office, kasi ang requirements na nga may extendable period pa nga 30 days from notice to file the SALN or to completely fill up the SALN. Kaya kung hindi ma-completely fill up ang SALN o hindi maka-file ang SALN within the 30-day extended period, the official or employee concerned is concerned to have failed to file the SALN. And thus, may penalty na siya, no, for the first offense, penalty of 1 month and 1 day to 6 months. But kung repeat niya na second time around, then the penalty is dismissal from the service. For Review and Compliance Committee or the head of the office, if they fail to do their homework, they may also be held liable for neglect of duty. So first offense, the same penalty sa official employee. Second offense, the dismissal from the service.
Okay, so we have to be very diligent, very careful, kid, no, sa pag-file ng SALN. Kay, as mentioned by Director Encajonado, first offense ng failure to file ng SALN is suspension, no? And second offense, dismissal from service. So that serves as a reminder sa tanan ng mga empleyado kag opisyal sa gobyerno Sir, you mentioned about the Review and Compliance Committee. So, sir, can you tell us more about this committee, sir?
Actually, they are the responsibility of the employee ends when he filed the SALN on the deadline, no? Amo na tani. But the Review and Compliance Committee is given responsibility to check whether the SALN is complete, no? Has been filled up properly. Kag ikatlo, check nila kung ang form na ginagamit official form.
Okay.
Kaya sa nasalingan natin, ang aton gamiton for our 2012 SALN is the revised SALN which was issued last January, no? Okay, so amo na siya. So muna nga kinanglan mag-submit sila sang list sa head of office. And by May 15, by the way, dapat nga i-submit nila sa Civil Service Commission ang list of officials or employees who have submitted their SALN with complete SALN, those with the incomplete SALN, and those who failed to file their SALN on time.
Okay.
But may sapak sila ka responsibility that by June 30, dapat ang isa kopya sang SALN isubmit nila sa Office of the Ombudsman wherein may jurisdiction sa ilang office. In Region 6, we have, of course, Ombudsman Visayas. Kasi may ara na silang regional office dali, pwede na siguro hindi masubmit sa ila.
Okay. So, May 15 ang deadline mag-submit sang list, no, sa employees nga nag-file sa ila SALN diri sa Civil Service Commission. And June 30 naman niya, sir, ang deadline sa pag-submit sang isa ka kopya sang SALN sa Office of the Ombudsman.
By the way, doon ang sa Review and Compliance
Yes, sir.
Committee, dapat i-constitute na sa head of the agency, meaning sa regional level, the regional director should constitute the same. So, ang siling sa atong guideline is that there must be a chairman and 2 members. No? Naya ang composition, pero kung gusto na damuon, mas maiman, especially for agencies na damo sang empleyado, pwede man nga by province siguro, may aram na sila ng committee, so that these people will also be responsible for reviewing the SALN of their respective field personnel. No? Kung may differential man, then siguro, as I said a while ago, submit a list to the head of the office, and the head of office will require those who failed to file their SALN on time or who did not file their SALN, as well as those who filed the SALN but incomplete ang ilang SALN, or they filled up the forms is that prescribed in law.
Okay. Sir, no, where can an employee secure the new SALN form?
Well, pwede sila ka-secure sa agency nila kaya we have provided them with a copy. But if they wish to come up to, kung wala na sila kopya, then they can have it siguro sa website ng Civil Service Commission, no? www.civilservice.gov.ph. Okay. So, pwede na nila ma-reproduce. And in fact, as a rule, duha na siya ka pages, no?
Okay.
But kung sobra ang kay bala mo may ara mga damos in properties like real properties or personal properties or liabilities, so may page 2, may page 3 galing adin nga dugang additional sheets kay page 4. Pero may pagination na kay butang alas dami mga page 1 of page 3 of 3 pages or 4 pages, page 2 of 3 or 4 pages, page 3 of 3 or 4 pages, and page 4 of 4 pages.
Okay.
So kinanglan may ara ay nga atin na require na to prevent insertion or basic madula pala, no? Kasi as also provided in the guideline and even the rules, within 10 days, no? After 10 days pala sa filing ng SALN, anybody may, basta valid ang reason, may secure a copy of that SALN, no? I-providean kita sa head of the agency and request, as I said, valid reasons for getting a copy of that, but he or she has to spend for the machine copies of the SALN.
Okay. So again, no, para sa mga empleyado sa gobyerno, mahimo ka mga mag-download man sa device SALN form sa CSC website, www.csc.gov.ph. Kag sir, sano ba lang deadline sa pag-file?
Okay, the deadline for filing of the SALN, no? Actually, we have 3 for incumbents na ara na sa civil service, sa government service, as of December 31 no, of the previous year. Ang timeline or deadline is April 30. So, we encourage everyone in government service to file it not later than April 30. But for those who are new in the service, within 30 days from assumption to office, no? And for those who was separated from the service, they are also required to file their SALN within 30 days from the date of separation. Ang separation means either retirement, resignation, or termination of office.
Okay. Madamo ka salamat. Sir, no, finally, ang imo nga mensahe.
I encourage all to file their SALN, no? Dapat true and correct, detailed, and they should file it before the deadline if possible. Para at least kung may mga i-correct kita, hindi madali ma-inform ka mo dahil. But by the way, may isa pag-feature doon na sa SALN,
Yes.
no? Na siguro mabalance ang aton mga nagapamati sini sa radio naton nga popular kag sa aton YouTube nga ang SALN pwede ma-file jointly sa mag-asawa kung they are both working in government, no? Jointly or separately. Pero kung ikaw isa lang nag-aobra sa government, ang isa sa private, i-take lang to ang not applicable kasi ikaw man lang ma-file, no? And of course, ang requirement na permahan gid sang spouses ang both spouses ang SALN. Pero kung hindi magperma ang isa, there must be a valid reason for that. I-attach lang ang justification. So, mo lang na siguro, no? And for those who have not yet filed their SALN, kag may question ka mo, just call us, no? Or write us a letter raising some issues or concerns so that we will be able to address it.
Okay. So, madamo nga salamat, Director Rodolfo Encajonado sa Civil Service Commission Regional Office number 6.